Hey Gavin, how's it going? It's Shroom.
Nice, brother. How are you?
Really well. Yourself, you hanging in there?
I am. I am. I'm doing pretty sweet, thanks. How's it going in there?
Man, I can tell you, well, we'll get to how it's going here in just a bit. Let's first start off by cutting to the chase and talking about your new album that's coming out. Bush's new album, The Kingdom. I'm really looking forward to this, Gavin. I love the first single, Flowers on a Grave. It's excellent.
Thank you. We had bullet holes as well from the John Wick soundtrack. So adding that, we got like two powerhouses, and the rest of the record's like boom.
So we got some fist pounding, some heavy tunes on there as well. Is there a mix? I mean, what do you want the Bush fans to know about the upcoming album and why they should pick it up?
It's mainly heavy and it's seismic and it's about the need for change. It's about uniting each other and working together towards a better life. And it's very exciting. I'm really excited by it, and I think it's gonna make a lot of people. Gonna give them a lot of sound to run to, a lot of caffeine to put in their coffee, a lot of sugar in their chocolate, a lot of spice in their curry. Where it's like it's happening.
What you describe is something we definitely need right now in many ways. I mean, there's so many crazy things going on in the world right now. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, which is nuts. I never would have ever imagined that I would live to see one like this in my lifetime. And I know it's obviously affecting, the performing arts and tours, and they're taking a huge hit. Um, what is Bush's plan, as far as touring goes? I mean, obviously you can't tour right now, but is there something you're maybe trying to work on to maybe do in the future, some sort of social distancing tour, or are you against that? You'd rather not do that, and we're just going to wait this thing out?
We're doing this show coming up, this virtual reality show, and trying to do some theatrical on the 18th of July, the day after the record comes out. So we're looking at ways to just entertain people from a different perspective, and we're open to anything. People are doing stuff with drive-in shows, and basically play the car park. So I think that's possible, and I'm sure that people are going to enjoy that. But I don't know. I don't really make those decisions. You know what I mean? It's just not my. I mean,
Yeah.
there's promoters and my manager and my agency. They all worry about that stuff. I can't wait to do it when it's right, and I don't want anyone to get sick. I want everyone to be safe, and mainly I want people to love this record, because this
Yeah.
record is fire.
Oh, I'm
Fire.
sure they will. There is so much unknown right now, really. I'm curious. I know we've heard that there's been some federal funds given to bands like Guns N' Roses, Pearl Jam, Green Day, Disturbed, the PPP loans. Is that something that Bush received, one of those loans to help out? Because I know that
Yeah,
you have a
yes,
lot of
yeah,
people.
very much so. Yeah, it was very, very quick. We were lucky. We had a very generous help because we employ a lot of people, and so it's quite difficult in that situation where a lot of people depend on us. So it was quite. I was happy we have great people around us, and the business manager was like, "This is what we do. This is the right thing." And I was worried about the people. I said, "What do we do about everyone?" They said, "This is what we do. This is what we've planned." So it's something to help towards a really bad time for people, because outside of the health, obviously economic smacking is really challenging.
I'm glad you cleared that up because there's a lot of people. I think there's this misconception that, oh, these bands are getting these loans and, they make all this money. They shouldn't get this money. But you cleared that up there. I mean, you got a lot of people to support. That's what people are
Yeah,
forgetting.
and we're not even there's you talk about Guns N' Roses, talk about stadiums that make a lot of money. So no, I just think that everyone who runs a small business is in the same position of having a staff that you got to like take care of, and people that give their lives to you. We have like grown-ups who have jobs and mortgages and families, and it's like the real thing. So, and it's not like we do it so that we never have to work again, and they now all bought their homes in Hawaii. It's a generous help that only lasted like, it was only like we could go around for 2 months. So, after that, we just had to like take care of business ourselves.
I'm curious your thoughts on masks. I mean, that is a debate. There's heated arguments and debates on Facebook and just everywhere about wearing a mask. I mean, I think it's a simple thing. I'm pro wearing a mask. I want this pandemic to be over as soon as possible. I think a mask would help. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, do you think people should be wearing masks?
I think that it's crazy that people don't wear masks. I mean, when you're in your house or you're around people that you've been with. So there's a few people that I know who've been quarantined, who spend time with me, right? Very small access of people. And that they're fine with. But if I go anywhere publicly, I always wear a mask. I see people all the time not wearing masks. It's amazing to me. Because I think it's much more a sign of, I mean, yeah. So if you're outside in the park, someone running around probably can't give you it unless they sneeze in your mouth and hold you there. But at the same time, it just doesn't show the right energy. It's not the right attitude, because you're saying, actually, I don't care about you. Because even if you've had it, people get the wrong impression. When you wear a mask, you're saying, I care that you don't get it as well, that you don't bring it to your family, and I hope you don't give it to me, and we're all on the same page. I saw a guy yesterday in Beverly Hills, and he's sort of buff dude with a tight t-shirt, the gorgeous younger wife with a baby young son. They're both wearing masks and wearing the kind of rich people's Beverly Hills outfits. And he's got the expensive jeans and the tight shirt, and he's not wearing a mask. And I was thinking, I could tell he's an arrogant guy in life. He's got this very beautiful young girl. He's having a baby, and I just thought, why aren't you wearing a mask? Now I could be getting it wrong and judging him, so I apologize if I was, but it did strike me as like a bit unnecessary. So easy just to put a mask on.
Yeah, that's something that I think, it's easy to forget. I have to remind myself on a daily basis that this pandemic is different for every single person, because nobody's in the same situation as you or the same situation as me. It's so different. I know one of my friends was talking about, he has split custody with his kids, and his wife came and picked the kids up, took them to a theme park, and he was really against that, but he didn't really have much say in it, and she took him, and he was I think really worried about his kids. I know you have experience with split custody with kids.
What happened? Did he get corona?
No, no, luckily not. But he was concerned. But I just know that you have split custody with your kids. So I was curious if you had any advice for people that are going through that during this time.
Don't get married.
or maybe get married but don't have kids. I don't know. Once again, it's different for everybody.
You kicked it, I had to hit it, Set that one up. I had to take it.
Look, I don't want to make this all about politics, but there's just so much going on. I have to ask you, what do you think we might find in the Trump tax returns? I saw that we might actually get those post-election, more than likely.
That's going to be post-term. It's going to be post-term. I can't imagine anything. I think that the thing I would imagine might be, is something to do with less than was expected, or something like that. To do with, not inflating his image or something like that. I don't know. I would think it's just maybe. The thing is, it's just gone on for so long that it's just like, it's been his whole term. Crazy.
Sure. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, what have you been doing other than, music? Obviously, we expect you to be, writing songs and, being all about your music. But is there anything else that you've been doing during this pandemic to help kill time other than that? I mean, play video games, for example, read a book. I mean, anything like that. What are you up to?
I've been twiddling my thumbs and twiddling my toes, and I can now tap dance whilst doing handstand. Yeah, so
I would love to see that.
I can take my t-shirt off with my, from a handstand.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Just the usual stuff,
Sure.
Being an idiot, taking a long time to plate food so that when I serve food, it looks really delicious.
What's one of your favorite dishes to serve or cook?
Earl Grey ice cream.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Now, I've been playing a lot of video games. I have kids myself, so I don't get to play video games that much. They're usually playing Fortnite, so they've taken over all my systems. But I have been making time to play Last of Us Part 2. Have you at least heard of this game?
I have
Well,
not.
I know in the video game, Pearl Jam has a song that's featured in the game, kind of a part of the story, the song Future Days. It's cool how they've incorporated that into the game. Is that something that Bush would maybe consider doing, or have you guys done it in the past? I don't recall having Bush music in a video game.
Yeah, we've done stuff with EA, I think, back in the day. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I like people hearing it. You know, I'm into people hearing it. We make it and we share it, and the more the merrier. So I'm into just people hearing it in all platforms and all ways.
Excellent. Well, I hope we get to see you here sooner than later, playing for us. I know Bush puts on an incredible live show. I saw you guys do an acoustic thing a while back. That was incredible. And I know your new album is going to be something to definitely give us something to look forward to during these times where there's really, a lot of people don't have much to look forward to, let's be honest. And so we have the music to get us through this, man. Thank you, Gavin, for creating that beautiful music for
My
us.
pleasure. My pleasure.
The new album, The Kingdom, out July 17th. And then the following day, on July 18th, you're doing that virtual concert. Make sure you catch that. Thank you, Gavin, for meeting with me virtually, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, buddy. All the best.
Peace, buddy.